welcome to the Japanaholic podcast, the podcast surrounded by topics all about Japan discussed by a certified Japanaholic. I am your host, Frey, a certified Japanaholic. And today, we're going to be going into anime. We got some anime. I got something about anime that I want to discuss. But I want to discuss unpopular opinions on anime. And more specifically, overrated anime. Now, everybody will always have their opinions on overrated animes and underrated animes. I will probably go over some underrated animes in a few weeks, maybe. Depends on my scheduling and stuff like that. Depends on the episodes as well that come out. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you did enjoy those two episodes where I discussed the social differences in Japan, the 3 social differences between Japan and the United States, and where the other episodes where I discussed anime news and Japan news. Hope you guys enjoyed those last 2 episodes because I enjoyed making those, and they were quite interesting to some extent to me as somebody who actually spoke about it. But today I got a couple animes that a lot of people find to be overrated. I posted a post over on my Twitter page, which is at the Japanaholic1, if you want to go ahead and follow that if you have not yet done that yet. I made a post giving off the fact that I was going to be talking about overrated animes. And I want to say I got a good amount of animes to talk about, and especially, give my thoughts on the animes that were listed in the replies. I will try my best to give off some shoutouts here, but probably by the time that this episode's been uploaded, their username has probably changed, because for whatever reason, any Twitter users change their usernames once every month. I don't know why that is. I'll probably go more in depth about anti-Twitter on a later episode to discuss my thoughts and opinions on that, because that is quite a topic to talk about. I'm not going to lie. So, over on my Twitter page, I told people to drop some animes that they thought, in their opinions, were overrated, and the number one, anime that was listed, so many times was Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Last year had quite a good amount of shows to be watched and stuff like that. I mean, 2019 was probably the best year to get into anime because you had so many good animes in all different kinds of categories. If you wanted a good, romance or two, you had Love is War. If you wanted some good, action, adventure, and fantasy-ish kind of anime, you had Dr. Stone. Yeah, you just had, a sprinkle of everything in there, and a lot of it were good animes. And out of all the animes that came out in 2019, Demon Slayer was probably the most popular for a good, I want to say for good reasons. I mean, Demon Slayer, I'm not going to lie, it looks freaking amazing, okay? And if anybody has not seen Demon Slayer, I guess I would recommend watching it, although, I can see why people call it overrated, because it's just, to a bunch of people, myself included, it's just another show into the 2019 category. It's not, the anime of the decade, according to, the Funimation Awards, which, a whole topic in general about award shows and stuff like that are, fan voted and stuff like that. You're going to get a lot of people who are going to vote for the more recent stuff, and Demon Slayer was one of those, unfortunately affected by this. Because when Funimation did their awards for the Decade Awards, Demon Slayer was not Anime of the Decade. Now, I've said this before, but Demon Slayer probably was Anime of the Year. I can't I can't deny it. I don't know. I don't know. People may deny it and give off some good reasons, but somebody more in the lawn outside? No. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Sorry. um, Demon Slayer definitely does deserve at least Anime of the Year, but it does not deserve like Anime of the Decade or like anything like that. I mean, the animation is amazing, but other than that, there's some good action scenes, but there's not much to Demon Slayer that screams anime of the decade. Okay. Um personally, I haven't seen Demon Slayer. I don't plan on watching Demon Slayer, but I'm talking about Demon Slayer because, it cuz everybody talks about Demon Slayer. I mean, it's a popular show, but anime of the decade, no. But do I agree that it's overrated? Well, to some extent, yes, because I feel like a lot of people think that Demon Slayer is just way too good, but it's not that, that good. I mean, it is good. There's a reason why a lot of people are talking about it, but I don't see what makes Demon Slayer anime or animation of the decade. Okay, anime and animation of the year, probably. But that was Demon Slayer. That one was. I'll give off a few shoutouts here, really quick. That was suggested by not only Alex D77, but also Nichishi. I hope I said that one right. And Ogi the Dark. Sorry if I pronounced these names wrong. It's like I'm trying to read the Twitter handles, and it's not easy. Not very easy. Alright, so moving on to another anime that a lot of people seem to have found to be overrated. This one was suggested by, again, AlexD77 and MF17 underscore YT. Dragon Ball. Personally, for me, I never got into Dragon Ball. I watched the abridged, but I couldn't get past like episode like 30 or something like that. Mainly because I just felt like it was just going on for way too long. That's Dragon Ball in general. You have like several hundred episodes of Dragon Ball. I mean like several hundred. And, you can't expect people to like binge all those episodes in a short amount of time. Okay, because personally for me, even I lately, even though I'm stuck in this freaking house for days upon days, I still have trouble watching like 6 episodes at a time of like one anime, because in a way I kind of get burnt out of that show, and I'm like, okay, I need something to I need something else. I need to watch a different show. So then I go and watch like a different show for about 3 or 4 episodes. Then I go back to the show that I was, watching before. I don't know if I'm the only one that does that. I feel like I am the only one that does that. It's like, I know people will binge an entire, season in one day. I used to be able to do that, but I don't know why. But now I just really can't. I don't know if that's just because my mindset is always like, oh, I gotta be doing something. I always gotta be on the computer playing like Clone Hero or Beat Saber, or making Beat Saber charts, which are the Beat Saber charts are not good, but that's going way off topic. But the point that I'm trying to make is that there's no way I would be able to get into Dragon Ball. I mean, I love the series. Okay, like I love the premise behind the series, and I will admit Dragon Ball was the big anime of the 90s, okay? If you were getting into anime in the 90s and early 2000s, you were probably watching Dragon Ball. If not, you've definitely heard of Dragon Ball. Everybody's heard of it. Even the most, non-Japanaholic or non-anime fan, yeah, they've heard of it. They've heard of Dragon Ball and, possibly have seen a few clips, but other than the abridged series, I haven't seen anything from Dragon Ball. I mean, I love the abridged series, okay? Like, way too much. I think anybody who loves Dragon Ball, or, they don't even have to love Dragon Ball, they just, have to know that it exists, has probably seen a couple things about the abridged series. Oh my god, dude. It is one of the most hilarious, series to ever grace our precious YouTube sites. And for anybody who has not seen the abridged series, and you have seen Dragon Ball or you haven't seen Dragon Ball, I mean, there's a lot of episodes of the abridged series, and there's a lot of episodes of Dragon Ball in general, but give a couple clips a try of both Dragon Ball and the abridged series. I think the one issue that comes with Dragon Ball is the high amount of filler episodes. This is also an issue with like a couple other shows like One Piece and Naruto. Okay, they have way too many episodes, and a lot of it are filler episodes that don't really tie into the story, and they're just a waste of time. In my opinion on filler episodes, it depends on the series. If the series is a 12 episode season like Mayochiki, okay, that had like 3 episodes of filler, I'm going to have some issues with that because it's only 12 episodes. The last thing I want is a filler episode that does not tie in with the story at all. Okay, even if it is character development, don't do that for a 12 episodic season. That's stupid. Okay, but if it's like a show that has like 80 some episodes, it could probably afford 1 or 2, maybe 3 filler episodes. But man, Dragon Ball and One Piece have way too many freaking episodes and a lot of filler, just way too much filler. So I can see why a lot of people who want to get into Dragon Ball don't get into Dragon Ball, because there's just too many fillers. Nobody likes filler episodes. Nobody likes filler episodes. But I'm gonna move on from Dragon Ball, and this next one was suggested by Expo Zurez1, and he suggested two. He slash she suggested two of them, which I'll get into both of those right now. First one I'll go over is SAO, Sword Art Online. Now, anybody who has not been around me for longer than like 6 months or whatever, I used to have been a part of a podcast called the Otaku Cast, which I don't know what's happened to that podcast. I wish I knew, but on our first podcast episode, we discussed 3 animes that nobody should get into, and Sword Art Online was one of them. To save you guys, the trouble of going to find that moment where we talked about it and stuff like that. Basically, my personal opinion is I just don't like the premise of Sword Art Online. I don't really care about Sword Art Online. There's 2 ways to go about this anime. You either love it or you hate it. There's no in between. Okay. A lot of people love it. I could respect that. Okay. But the only thing good about SAO is Crossing Fields by Lisa. That's the only good thing that I've came out of that. That's a good song. That is probably one of my favorite songs. Okay. But other than that, I see no reason for me to get into Sword Art Online. I see no reason whatsoever. Because I just feel like, in general, isekais to me are very hit or miss. I love Konosuba. I love ReZero. I love a couple isekai shows like Rising of the Shield Hero, but there's just others that are just like, I don't care about there's too many isekais for me to watch. I don't care about SAO. Like, is it overrated? I'm not gonna say it's overrated, but I just don't really like it. Okay. It's popular, but I don't think it's so popular that it's overrated. Overrated. I don't know why my voice keeps cracking. I guess I need to talk louder, I guess. I'm sorry for my voice cracks. I thought I was done with those like several months ago, but I guess I'm not. All right. Um, and the other one that he mentioned was this one's kind of one that I really want to talk about a lot, but I guess it's not the end. I have like maybe one more after this that I kind of want to talk about. Very briefly though. My Hero Academia. Now, if Dakota is listening to this, which he was on the Otaku Cast when we did weeb reviews on My Hero Academia for the first like 2 seasons or whatever. That's all I've seen. It's just about two, like, not even 2 seasons, like a season and a half is what I'll say. Not even a season and a half, a season and a quarter. Um, yeah, I find it overrated, very much so. I even ran a Twitter poll several weeks back, almost a month, almost I think. That said, let me see if I could pull this up real quick. I think this may be it. Yeah. I gave off 4 animes that you had to show to one of your non-anime friends, and which one would you pick? Would it been the Konosuba series, the Steins Gate series, ReZero series, or the My Hero Academia series? A whopping 68 votes, one off from a good number, and 32.4% said My Hero Academia. And a lot of the reasons was because My Hero Academia was it's an easy series to get into, obviously. Everybody loves like the whole like superhero-ish kind of deal and stuff like that. I mean, it was a close battle between that and Konosuba. Konosuba had a 30.9%, so it was just a percentage, a little over a percentage off, excuse me, from the Boku no Hero Academia series. And like I said before, I can understand the My Hero Academia structure, okay? It's this kid who really wants to become a hero, but, you know, he can't because he was born without a superpower. He inherits a superpower from one of his biggest idols, and now has to try and, you know, use it and save people and stuff like that. Okay. Good premise in theory, but in my opinion, I just find it not enjoyable to watch, okay? It's not so much of the seiyus, nor is it much of, like, you know, much of the characters. It's just, I don't find this series to be as good as people say it is. I mean, like, it's literally the anime that turns, you know, any person who doesn't like anime into becoming an anime, you know, a quote-unquote anime person, even though it's probably their only series they're ever going to watch because, you know, it's, I don't know, just a random reason, you know. I've, like, a lot of, because it's like a lot of people that I know that don't like anime watch My Hero Academia and they call it like the best anime ever. And for, you know, for that reason alone makes me, like, as somebody who loves anime and as somebody who has seen 10 times more anime than they have, actually 100 times, because if that's their only anime they've watched, I've watched about 100, so guess what? 100 times. But I've seen 100 times more anime shows than they have, and yet they call that one the best one, even though I could clearly point to a Studio Ghibli film or a Koito Animations series like the Kobayashi Dragon Maids or K-On!, just to name off a few. And, you know, they want to call My Hero Academia the best anime. Now, like I said before, if it's, you know, if you've seen about like 20 different animes or 30 different animes and you say My Hero Academia is one of your favorites, that I don't really have a problem with because of the fact that, you know, everybody will have their favorite animes shows, but like, if you've only seen like 3 anime shows and you know, My Hero Academia was like the one that you want to call like your favorite and stuff like that, I just have a problem with that because it's like, I can't get into that series. And I don't really want to get into that series. It also doesn't help that I kind of was forced into watching it because of the whole weeb reviews thing on the Otaku Cast. I'm going to keep mentioning that for this show especially because that's pretty much the only thing that podcast is known for before its demise, I guess. But because of the fact that I was forced to watch it, and also because of the fact that a lot of my, you know, schoolmates say that My Hero Academia is their one and only show, or they've seen like very little animes and they say My Hero Academia is better than Studio Ghibli or Koito Animation. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's very overrated. I don't like that show. Okay, I don't hate it as much as like other shows that I've seen, but I've seen a season and I've seen part of season 2 and I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care about this show. I don't give a damn about this show, and I'll just toss it to the side. It's probably one of the few animes that I've actually dropped in my time. I really don't care about My Hero Academia, and I probably won't get into that series. I mean, you know, I'll probably jokingly post spoilers because, they only want to wait till the English dub comes out, and if the English dub is not out, they'll post spoilers for season 4 or season 5 when it comes out, and I'll, spoil it, I guess. Just to laugh at them, I guess. I don't know. Am I a dick as a friend? I don't know, possibly. And this last one here that I want to talk about also came from Alex, the same one who also suggested Demon Slayer and Dragon Ball. He also mentioned One Piece. I've never really seen One Piece, but, I can respect it for it being, one of the longest running anime series out there. Okay. I don't know if I would call it overrated, because I don't see too many people talking about it nowadays as much as I probably would have 10, 15 years ago. But I don't know. I'm not much into the whole, like, pirate-ish kind of anime shows, I guess. I mean, I understand the premise. I understand the story, to a beginner level-ish, I guess. I don't really care about that series. Do I plan on watching it? No, but at the same time, I respect people who watch that series. And like I've said before, with like Dragon Ball and Naruto, too many episodes and a lot of filler is what I've heard. And filler turns off tons of anime fans for shows that are very big, okay? Like One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball. If there's way too many episodes, I don't want to watch it, because I don't want to spend a year or two of my life just watching one anime show. I just don't want to watch it if it has too many episodes. I don't know if there's really much else that I could really talk about in terms of overrated animes. Like I said before, I'll probably do an episode on underrated animes for shows that a lot of people think should get more popular. Shows that should be talked about more often than not. And I am a huge sucker for underrated shows, so that may be a longer episode, considering this one's only like 22, 23 minutes? I'm not sure. My recording's been going on for about like half an hour or so. God dang it, my voice cracked again! Anyway. In the next couple of weeks, I will possibly be doing a Q&A as well. Who knows? If you want to know, like, future podcast topics, and updates on Japanaholic channel, and, whenever I'm streaming on Twitch or whatever, on my YouTube channel, there is links to everything down in the description below. But if you don't even watch my stuff on YouTube, it's over at Taylor the Japanaholic. The Twitter page is the Japanaholic1. You can go ahead and, comment comment on some of the Japanaholic threads or whatever that I put on there, if I end up wanting to do a podcast topic that requires some viewer interaction. Go ahead and follow that and be on the lookout for that. It'll be very mixed in with a bunch of polls and other shit posting, I guess. But I think that'll do it for this episode of the Japanaholic podcast. If you are new to this podcast, if this is your first time listening to this podcast, please go ahead and click that follow button, or click the subscribe button if you're listening to this on the YouTube side of things. Check out the Discord server down in the description of the YouTube channel as well. And as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Japanaholic podcast. My name is Taylor, the certified Japanaholic. Signing off. Good night, everybody.